Back when nothing truly mattered and we hadn't had a clue, we fell in to play the game. Nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter, there were times when there was joy, but they took it all away for the pleasure in our pain. Welcome to a whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we know. Welcome to a whole new world. All that I tried to hide away from the scars we made. This is your chance to understand we did not design this plan that was built for you. There's nothing you can do. This is my warning, this is your sign that you can't go running high. We will fight for you. You know it to be true. Welcome to a whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we know. Welcome to a whole new world. All that I tried to hide away from the scars we made. From the scars we Welcome to a whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to a whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to a whole new world. All that I tried to hide away from the scars we made. Welcome to back when nothing truly mattered and we hadn't had a clue, we fell in to play the game. Nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter, there were times when there was joy, but they took it all away for the pleasure in our pain. the fist clenched tight. Your TV lights up the endless night. Fight to fight, we live the speed. Our TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats pounding, engines cry. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racer staring through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm. Digital warriors breaking the norm. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racer staring through the thunder soul.
And welcome everyone to Nerd TV for another OP ButtKicker Grand National Series live from the simulated Talladega Super Speedway, as we are going to go 70 more laps to complete the entire 2025B season. And we get the countdown to green presented by Icon Apparel Company kicked off and underway. Yeah, just your traditional 4 minutes left roughly in this practice session. But here's the weather on the track. 81 degrees in the sky, 99 degrees on the track, 61% humidity, a little bit of cloud coverage, and basically no wind. And it's about the same weather as we've seen each week in and week out. My name is Jeremy Stanley, aka J Swifty, and to my right side, partner, producer, button guy, guy with 1,000 jobs plus one. Happy New UI Day. What's up, man?
Yeah, happy new UI Day. It's been getting a lot of flack, man. I like it. I like it. I got to get used to the menus again, but it's not the first time iRacing's changed something, and we have to get used to new menus, new placement. Just on the broadcasting side, because we sit here and throw the iRacing logo in a lot of places, but now they have it permanently stamped in the bottom right with the watermark. So now they're for those that don't put it in places, it's there now. So otherwise, man, it's trucks, it's Dega, it's championship race night, man. It's the only thing we're missing right now is adult beverages and a good slice of za, man. That's pretty much what we're missing at this point.
Well, I got the adult beverage. It's in the fridge right next to me, so
Oh,
I
my
can have one
man.
for you.
Would you please? Would you please?
Yeah. Yep, a nice cider to finish this season off. You know, nothing strong. I gotta maintain my posture, right, and my ability to talk through 70 laps. So, or maybe they'll give me breaks. Maybe it'll be full of cautions. I don't know. It's this could be one of two ways, of course. Very cautious drivers around the Champion 4, which, by the way, if you have not been looking at OP and just randomly popping in here and said, you know what, I'm gonna watch this race, and have no idea what's going on. Well, your top four right here is going to be Mark Mann, Sean McCara, Jeff Crosby, Jr., and Adam Kilday. That's your championship four. That's who's going for gold. Nobody else is. One race to settle it out. And how fun is it at Super Speedway, Dustin, to end your championship on a track that's probably the biggest wild card of them all?
It's nerve-wracking. I mean, it's a gamble, because your fate is not just in your hands, it's in the hands of every competitor around you, who's working with you, who's not working with you. Because, yes, the four drivers that are to the right of the screen right now, they are the only four that can get the chip tonight. The only four that can get the championship. But every other driver tonight can still go for that checkered flag. They can still get the dub. So, and they're not going to hold back. Just because there's four drivers going for a championship, they're not going to hold back. They're going to go full tilt to try to get this win. Those four drivers are going to go for a championship. There's a lot riding on it. It's nerve-wracking. I could see drivers' strategies being different. They might want to be up at the front thinking that's the safest place, and that might be where they want to, stay. We've seen Mark Mann in the early stages of this season 15 for the ButtKicker Grand National Series, start in the back and ride in the back, but then he's there in the last 20 laps and seals the deal. It could go both ways, Jeremy. A lot is at stake, though, tonight.
Yep, and the driver counts, well, each week in and week out there is a decent amount, and a lot of them on the list here tonight. It's it's different to count the new UI as far as how many drivers are in here, but there is about 25-ish roughly. As we finish out this practice session,
30.
5 minutes of qualifying.
30.
30. We actually hit 30. Look at that. New UI, and they still don't have a total driver count somewhere on the column. You'd think
Fail.
that would be a
Fail
thing, but
iRacing. Fail.
One day, you know, if someone raises the concern high enough.
And the
We might
famous
have-
words of somebody we know, Jeremy, soon. Soon.
Who's that? That's not what we're watching tonight. No. We could be the media team for iRacing. It's fine. All right, we're gonna get our camera out for screen. Go full screen in this final qualifying session of the broadcasted 2025 B season, and let's pick some random drivers. Fastest time at practice was Rick Seabrains in the 4. The first playoff driver, 85, Adam Kilday, wins the practice out of the top 4 playoffs. So let's give him a little love here as he gets warmed up.
Yeah, and qualifying, especially with these championship 4 drivers, you know, being Mark Mann, Sean McCara, Adam Kilday, Crosby Jr. If they're wanting to stay up at the front, qualifying position is going to be ever vital. 1, because it's going to start them up at the front; they're already going to be up there. 2, for pit stops, because this series has been known to do long green flag runs. We have seen caution free, because we don't count the stage caution in between. We have seen caution free before. That also gives you one of the first pit stalls, which is a nice easy exit out, as long as it's not super greasy and you get a lot of tire spin. So can be vitally important. Some things to note tonight. Out of your 4 championship contenders right now, Crosby Jr. is trying to go for that coveted three-peat. He has won the last 2 ButtKicker Grand National Series championships, season 14 and season 13, trying to make it the three-peat with the season 15 chip, but he's got some stiff competition championship-wise in Mark Mann, Sean McCara, and Adam Kilday, and then they've got another 26 hungry drivers behind them that are trying to sit here and go for that win. Now remember, championship driver that wins the race, it's a win and in. That's an instant lock-in, instant championship. Points don't matter at all at that point in time. The win and in still stands even for the championship race.
Yep, that's it. So that's how it's going to come down, and the chance that we're going to see these guys at the very end just all be at the front is very likely, unless there's a wreck, which that's going to be tough, right? If you're one of the final 4 and you get wrecked early and you have that one faster pair you have to use, let's say 30 laps into a 70-lap event, man, it's like, do you go for it? Do you lag back? Do you just hope and pray? So many things that the drivers have to think about mentally around this track, especially in this moment tonight, to get a trophy in the virtual shelf. It'd be kind of cool to see. As we got 13, 14 times posted. It looks like we got another couple minutes left, a minute and a half left in this session. I'm excited, man. And we still got that stage break on 35, so we kind of just throw that out the window, if you will. So I don't think that's going to be a factor.
Yeah, well, the only way it's going to be a factor is one of your 4 championship drivers does not win the race. Then it's going to go accumulated by points, where the stage points could mean something at that point in time. But if you recall, weeks and weeks ago, the man on your screen right now, Mark Mann, in one of his post-race interview shows for the podium, the Nerd TV podium, he made the prediction. He flat out stated, he goes, the champion for season 15 in the ButtKicker Grand National Series is gonna have to win this race. Hands down, they're gonna have to win. So we're gonna find out if Mark Mann's prediction was accurate. But Jeremy, I'd be led to believe that there's probably some validity to what that man was saying. He knows how to get it done. He's seen these situations, looking from the outside in, watching the championship drivers. He's been in these situations numerous times as one of the championship 4 drivers. So again, quite, could be a lot of validity to what that man is saying on there. And if I was a betting man, I would say that one of those four has a very strong chance to win with what's on the line.
I have a very interesting question from YouTube. Stephen Luttrell, the driver of the number 36, asks, and I quote, "Should I wreck the field lap 1 or halfway?" End quote. How do we answer that question?
To solidify your place within the OP ranks, I would say neither. just throwing it out there. Probably not the time nor the place to sit here and, and do that. We already seen last week drivers making some very questionable moves and calls. Cost some playoff drivers their chance on making the championship four. So there still might be a few hurt feelings that are going on that, yeah, I wouldn't recommend that, Steven.
He said, "I'm going to wait for Vince to do it." That's how he's going to react to that. So, there you go. We'll build up the event, and then we're going to have some fun in the middle of it. So,
and you know what? It wasn't through lack of effort from Vicente Guerrero either. I mean, he tried. He was in about every wrong place at the right time last Wednesday. Did not make the cut due to that. So it's tough, Jeremy. We've both been in this situation trying to advance. The competition level is fierce.
and it's going to be super fierce here tonight. And while they're gridding, we're going to thank our series sponsor, Icon Apparel Company. If you, I know teams watch our broadcast each time they have a race. And so if you're sitting there with your team that you've had for years and you go, you know what, you don't have an esports jersey, well, I got a place for you to go. It's iconapparelcompany.com. Customize it, order it, they ship it out to you. Boom, it's set up. It's very cool. And you get 25% off with using the promotion code SuperNerd. And here we go. Final lineup to start the 2025 B season. Hunter Reynolds and Robert Hooligan will take the front row. Second row is Adam Kilday and Rick Sanchez. Row 3, Vicente Guerrero and Kenny Reel. Row 4, Jeff Crosby Jr., Zachary Workman. Row 5, Sean McCara and James Meyer. Row 6, Mark Mann, Nathan Warren. Row 7, Jimmy Reynolds, David Hunt. Row 8 is Dwayne Corbett and Zach Fritsch. Row 9, Harold Rothery, Stephen Luttrell. Row 10, Gary Bergeron, Eric Lowry. Row 11, Derek Donna, Andrew Schroeder. And then it looks like we have Anthony English and Everett Lane. Dana Shepard, Douglas Johnson. Len McNeese, Rick Seabrands. And then Gabe Butler and Gene Watkinson is your 30 driver lineup for this event here. 1 pace lap, 70 laps in total, 1 green-white checkered, actually three green-white checkers, and 1 fast repair is what I meant to say. But there you go. This is going to be a fun one, Dustin.
It is. It's going to be a fun one. Chats are asking if we're going to see 4 wide. I would not be surprised, and I'm with you, Jeremy. I'm probably leaning more towards yes. There probably will be at least a 4 wide scenario. However it's laid out, there's probably going to be at least 1 4 wide scenario. They're at the right track for it, though. This track has got room. It's a lot better than Daytona. Definitely a lot better than bumpy Daytona as far as that. Bumpy Daytona, it's a struggle at 3 wide at times. So what I can tell you is we're going to see a lot of action-packed racing here. I could also see the start of this race, drivers taking it easy too. Again, in order to finish first, you first must finish. So we say that all the time, and it's probably ringing in the back of a number of these drivers' heads right now, including your championship contenders.
Yeah, you do. That's quite the common theme, especially super speedways, right? Which kind of answers the question of Ginger Parent a little bit ago. About if you're one of the top 4, do you start off with the loud pedal or do you strategize and hang out for a while? So we'll see. We will see pace truck down, waiting for the green flag to fly to start the final race of the season. Restart zone, green flag. This thing is officially underway. As you see them all barreling through into turn 1. Third gear's fine. About 4th gear here. Don't see any miscues on the opening start. Nice single 2x2x2 all the way through. The 4 wide can be supported, but at what time do they actually use it?
That's going to be the question, and they're going to have to be very, very tactical when using it. It's got to be at the right time, and when it's not going to sit here and pose a risk to cause the big one right now. Vicente Guerrero jumps to that high side in front of Hooligan right now as they're trying to get that top side. Your highest championship runner right now, Kilday in that 85. He's behind your race leader, Hunter Reynolds, but right behind him, Mr. Two-Time trying to go for 3-time 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Those are your 2 highest championship runners as it sits. Third highest championship runner is right behind Jeff Crosby Jr., Sean McCara, and then your 4th championship runner, Mark Mann, is behind McCara. All 4 of them are now lined up nose to tail on the inside, Jeremy.
Yep, great 2x2 formation all the way through for the first lap and a half here. 26 moves to the top after starting in P1 is the 85 of Mr. Kilday, trying to start off this championship hope early by trying to get a lap lead here. Points should not matter, but they might. So let's see here. On the front straightaway here to end lap number 2, nose to nose again. Looks like the backfield might be trying to start a 3-wide formation. It's got the workings of it. Nathan Warren recently in that 16, he has been the chief when it comes to trying to organize a group to run the 3 wide. You see it right there again. He's been doing it for the past month. And let's see how far you can get with the 12 of Fritsch.
Yeah, did not take long. 3 laps in for that 3rd lane to make their first attempt. He's got pushes from the 12 of Zach Fritsch. Zach Fritsch hungry for a win. Just missed the cutoff last week to make the championship 4. Was involved in a late race incident. Now they actually got some movement up there. Kenny Reel, Zach Workman jump up. 4 trucks on that top side, Jeremy, and we're going to have a 3-wide battle for this front spot.
Just like that, 3 wide as we reassured that points do not matter at all. So here we go. The 11's going to do the huge crossover from the top to the bottom. Zach almost there to take that lead, but at the end of the day, first lead change of the night. Going to go to Mr. Kenny Reel, driving the 753, a.k.a. the 11 on the door. He runs the inside with Kilday now. Off of turn 2. Still 3 wide, 16 and 12, trying to get there.
Yeah, Zach Fritsch giving good pushes right now to the 16. They got the 36 of Stephen Luttrell up on that top side as well. A lot of space there in between Luttrell and Fritsch, though. Finally closes that up. They got to build that momentum, but Kenny Reel controlling that inside lane. Zach Workman working that middle lane, pushing from Hunter Reynolds, your pole sitter for tonight, as they are coming neck and neck right now as they're working their way to the start-finish line. Can Workman be our 3rd different leader? And he will be the 3rd different leader tonight on lap 5.
There you go. Good stuff here. Early 3 wide, and we're doing it very clean here. Decent amount of space given, not too much pinching. There's still some space on the top side to give room if they need it. That's why Talladega is so awesome. The fact that you can do many things here and just get away with it, as the 11 is all over the 19's bumper to try to help him. But this second groove is going to do some wonders here as we get to turn 3 outside, starting to fall back a little bit. So back to 2x2 for the top 10 up at the front.
Yeah, 2x2 Workman went from midtown to downtown in front of Kenny Reel to take over. Now Sanchez in that 5. He's hungry, jumps to that top side. He's got Zach Fritsch, Nate Warren, Stephen Luttrell are the next 3 trucks behind him. They're going to try to get this going, get that momentum built up. And Jeremy, just like that, we thought the 3rd lane was dying down. 3 trucks jump up there, and now they got the help. They're trying to fight back on that top side.
4, 5 trucks right now up on the top. Everybody else divided up the top the middle and the bottom here. Zach has a great amount of trucks behind him that are getting the job done, keeping his nose up in the clean air in front of everybody else. Hunter Reynolds has a good job getting door to door with him into turn 3. Oh, Rick Sanchez out of shape, going 4 wide for the first time. was not intentional, but here we are, 4 wide. Good recovery by Sanchez.
Excellent save, good recovery, good heads up. There you go. That answers the question from the chat. Will we see 4 wide? We will on lap 6. Like I said, Jeremy, you said yes, and I said yes, no matter the reason why it's 4 wide. And there it was, early on in the race, 4 wide. Drivers did an excellent job maintaining race up front. Neck and neck between the 19 of Workman, 26 of Hunter Reynolds right now. Give the leverage a little bit to the 26, but both lanes showing their muscle right now, Jeremy.
Yeah, fantastic job here, 19 and 26 to just lock. Usually we see an advantage from one lane to the other, and they do the lane swap to cool off the pusher. Not this case. The 26-19 had just been leading. They've just been leading the pack, so continued to be that way. Guerrero giving a great push to Reynolds this time as he's going to try to make him the 4th different leader tonight, and will 26 P1.
Yeah, 26 P1. Excellent temperature management from the 14 and 11. They have been behind Hunter Reynolds and Workman respectively for the last 4 laps now, Jeremy. Temperatures build up here, and they're doing an excellent job maintaining. You see the 14 kind of pull out a little bit to get some fresh air, and that's just going to help the 24 of Everett Lane. You see Workman jump up in front of Reynolds. That's going to give Kenny Reel some fresh air to that nose. 3rd lane coming in, led by the 24 of Everett Lane. So 3rd lane starting to work back in again, Jeremy. They're not giving up just yet.
Trying everything they can, aren't they, here? As a guaranteed lead change here on this lap. As the 26 gets shuffled back to 4th or 5th place. Kenny Reel back to the front. Zach's going to get a great push. And by just inches, Zach Rickerman takes the lead back from Kenny. Oh, with a quick cut in front of Kenny there. That could have wiped out the whole field.
That was a quick, hard cut there. But again, moved out from in front of the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, down in front of Kenny Reel. Give Hunter Reynolds some fresh air there. While Workman was up there, that not only allowed Kenny Reel to cool down, but allowed the 14 of Vicente Guerrero to cool down. He didn't have to be right up on the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. So now with the cooler truck, expect that midline to start building a little bit more momentum. But in order to do that, they have to get closer. There's a lot of space in between the 95 of James Mayer right now and the 126 of Robert Hooligan. They got to close that up a little bit to build that momentum.
And they got to figure out a way to stop Zachary Workman from just leading laps, man. This Mr. Part-Timer up here just showing up the field, leading 2/3 of this race as we're 9 laps down and 61 to go. Or 62, I guess, rather, here as we're on lap number 10 officially. And the 26 trying to creep there again. Everett Lane, 3 wide. He's going to get shifted back with no partner whatsoever. So he's going to lose about 4 or 5 spots easy. As you got him on the screen right now. Drops behind the 16, who might have a partner now in the 24. Remember Everett Lane in this 24 truck, by the way? He's been just dominant without a win all season. I keep mentioning every week. This time he's off to a not so good start. Not a championship driver and still hanging back.
Yeah, not through lack of effort, though. He had been working with Nate Warren and a couple other drivers to try to get that 3rd lane going. Just not enough takers at this stage in the race. Working lap 11 of 70 right now. Still 19. Workman leading the way. 26 Hunter Reynolds still controlling that midline right now. Vicente Guerrero trying to give the push to the midline. Kenny Reel trying to give the push to the low line. And Jeremy, both the 26-19 have been controlling both of these lanes right now. And it looks like a number of these drivers are content in riding where they're at. They've had chances to move, and they're not doing it. And by those drivers, I mean that 85, that 33, that 71, and that 4, all 4 trucks, nose to tail right now. They are keeping each other in close proximity. They know where their championship contenders are at right now. And it looks like they're content running right where they're at. Still early in the race, still a lot of time.
And we're just a few laps away from the halfway mark of stage 1. We're going to have a little moment here. Turn up the tunes, turn up the truck volumes, turn down our voices. Enjoy the sounds of the trucks at Talladega. And we'll be back before the start of the green flag pit stops. Well, caught us a little off guard there. Lap 14, they're on pit road, and Dustin, they are flooding. Oh, look at this little burnout celebration from the 44 Anthony English. A little, about, what was that, 55 laps too early, 44. But it's okay as pit stops, man. Look at them. They're just flooded in, flooded out. Minus the 44, I think everything else was virtually clean.
Yeah, Andrew Schroeder had a tire spin exiting his pits, but yeah, pit road contact sent the 44 around. So that's going to put a halt to that. But here comes our next group right now, led by the 53 at Dave Hunt, 3 wide coming in. It's going to be Fritsch, Lowry, and Mayer going in this time now. Now this will get them at least to around that lap 30 mark-ish or so. But again, you know, 35 is that stage break. Conclusion of lap 35, that's when stage 1 ends, unless the caution comes out within that, you know, lap 31 to 35 before the completion. Then that will mark stage completion there. But these drivers got to get through stage 1. Kenny Reel out front right now with this pack right here as they're still trying. They're going to catch a lot of these drivers. Here are the drivers we just seen come down pit road trying to get up to speed. But this pack right here, Jeremy, we've seen it before. Usually the first pack to pit. If you have a clean pit in and pit out, no pit road penalties whatsoever, you are usually the group that will take that lead once green flag pit stop cycle completes. And it's showing it right now. Kenny Reel leading the way. Kilday, Crosby, McCara, and Reynolds are your top 5 in this group right now. And then you got Sanchez and Vicente Guerrero round out the 7 truck pack that we have leading this race right now.
Yeah, it's a little spaced out here, but this formation looks very good. This formation is most likely going to catch the formation in front to get them a decent-sized pack once again. Coming up on lap 17 now. Next lap will be the official halfway signal between now and the end of stage number 1 if it goes green flag entirely. This 45% fuel thing is a little trippy in the trucks at Talladega because you can't make it in one stop. You have to do it in 2 stops if it stays green flag the entire way, which up until last year, Dustin, we have not had a green flag race through and through, but this is a very pleasing start to this race.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we've seen 3 wide, we've seen 4 wide. Not the way that Sanchez or some of the drivers wanted to see 4 wide, but we did see 4 wide as well. Drivers have been given space. We've seen raciness. They've been getting very racy with these trucks prior to green flag pit stops taking place. But we've also seen a lot of give and take. I mean, it definitely has very good potential to go long distance right now on this run. Is only 1 truck on that outside, 14 of Vicente Guerrero trying to get something going. He's going to have the 26 of Hunter Reynolds coming up. That's the only 2 trucks in this pack right now that are in that mid-groove. Everybody else is lined up on the bottom. Second pack has caught this first pack. That was led by the driver right there on your screen, the 53 of Dave Hunt. Was able to, with the help of all the other trucks, close them up. So, Jeremy, right now, went from a 7-truck pack to a 15-truck pack with Everett Lane being the caboose.
And they're all strung out minus 2 or 3 trucks. Dave Hunt jumps up to the second groove to try to make some moves. Passes Rick Sanchez. Now looking at Jimmy Reynolds. Chats are just, Dustin, they're on fire right now. We got drivers in here. We got Les Levy. We got Stephen Luttrell. Of course, our Sunday in-race reporter at this point, Michael Thorpe Sr., but Mr. Motivator himself, he's in the chat. Richard Roberts. This man doesn't talk hardly at all in our chats, and here he is lighting it up here tonight. We got William Luttrell. Alan Fritsch. We haven't seen Mr. Zachary Fritsch's family members in here. Look at this.
Absolutely. And no, Mr. Roberts, no, it's not KR, not Stephen Lang. Completely different set of broadcasters right now. You get the very sexy voice of one Mr. Jeremy Stanley and the annoying, overexcited commentating of myself, one Mr. Dustin Logston. So
that's weird. I thought I was the monotoned one, and you actually had depth. Very odd, but we'll take that right there. Lap 20 underway. 2x2 for the top 6, a little single file formation, and then Everett Lane. Look at this guy. Talk about him. He hits that pit stop. He's mixing it up here. He was scored 14th last lap. He's cycling through here.
About 8.
He's going to move himself from 14th to what, 8th, 7th?
Yep.
That's a pretty good jump in one lap.
Oh yeah, and that's what happens at these restrictor plate tracks. I mean, it's you can be running, double digits one lap, and you can be running single digits the next. Vicente Guerrero was able to clear, move from midtown to downtown in front of the 11 of Kenny Real, or 753 if you're looking at the scoring pylon, scoring ticker up top. We call them by the number on their truck because that's what you're looking at. So, but. Again, move down, good movement right now, good pushes. That midline, Jeremy, just doesn't have a lot of trucks right now. Most of those trucks still riding in the bottom, but it's not surprising. We've seen some of these trucks that were riding in the back prior to green flag pit stops are now up here in this 15 truck battle right now. That's a good strategy, Jeremy. Waiting for the green flag pit stops. Be sure you have a clean pit in, clean pit out, no pit road violations. Get out, don't lose any time, but gain time on pit exit. And now instead of racing a pack of 30, you're racing a pack of 15. You've cut it down in half. Not a bad strategy.
Yeah, judge the field, right? Right now we're just getting a little bit more of the 2-wide formation at the front half, but you just kind of know that right now it's pretty stagnant. You got one more pit stop before the green flag pit stop, or the caution cycle for the stage end. So why go crazy with it, right? Unless you're Dave Hunt here in the 53, passing everyone which way. Just hug the bottom, log some laps, get to the next green flag pit stop, and then maybe hash it out there for the end of the stage.
I have to laugh at Bubba, man. Bubba Winningham, love racing with the guy, super cool guy. We were able to broadcast and call his first ever OP victory. And he's on the chats and says, your voices blend nicely, like a Kenny and Dolly. So who's Kenny Rogers? Who's Dolly Parton, Jeremy? How are we breaking this one down?
I guess I could be Dolly and you could be Kenny. Because my dad jokes probably don't resonate. And so I'm not the funny one here. So you'd have to be Kenny Rogers, right? At this point, I'll take anything. I don't care. It cracked me up, man. I love when the chats get in it. That's what makes this fun. Not only watching some great racing, but interacting with all you folks that are watching tonight as well. It's love doing it. Appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah, very well said here. Lap 24 underway. Guerrero's been leading quite a few laps here. Steven Latrella, I'm sorry, but Vicente has not elected to wreck the field first, so maybe the 36 has to be that truck, that dude. If you want to spice some things up in this race. Glad to see our green flag coverage all the way through the first 24 laps, as next lap marks 11 to go before stage in officially, but some of the trucks are dropping down. We got not a lot, but there is some. It's enough to make a small pack out of it. Here we go.
Oh, Kilday.
Playoff driver.
He looked like he was coming in pretty hot on that pit entry. Had to lock it up. We'll see if iRacing stewards ping him on that or not. It's going to be interesting. But again, they didn't have enough fuel to make it to the end. That window has opened up, Jeremy. 10 laps to go. That gives them plenty. He does not get pinged. Kilday down and clear and out. 33 of Crosby Jr. right behind him. So excellent job by these drivers coming in. But question is when is the rest of the field going to try to make their mark?
If Adam Kilday wins the championship, he better thank iRacing Code. He was at 69 miles an hour.
Oh, no! Big time issues on pit road. Vicente Guerrero's around. Everett Lane's around. Kenny Real locks it up and gets loose and makes contact with Hunter Reynolds. Goes off the surface, Jeremy. We might have a number of penalties here.
Let's check the 14. Did he actually do it? Is Steven Luttrell correct in the field wreck being on pit road this time? We might have a replay of this. And no. He got loose. He was a part of it, yes, but that wasn't the main reason. So they piled him up a couple different moments at the same time. And yeah, there's going to be at least 2 or 3 penalties. I saw the 14 go off track. The 53 Hunt did. The 11, Kenny Reel, Eric Lowry. 14, yeah, there's going to be 4 or 5 trucks with penalties on this stop.
Yeah, we're going to take a look and see what happened here as they were coming in hot. You're going to see Kenny Reel. He does get loose coming in, as does the 14. He's already kicking sideways. Tries to save it. Does not hit the cone, but does go off track here. There you see Kenny Reel was getting loose. Everett Lane gets loose there. Zach Fritz is there. Number of drivers had to go off track to dodge the wreck. So big time implications on the second green flag stop of this run.
Scattering him across the entrance of pit road, they do. Really going to shake up the field here. Is 9 laps to go left until stage break. And this field is going to be just spaced out. Dustin, let's load up the iRacing iFlag track map and see what that kind of wreck does to the field. Here at Talladega.
That's something you don't see very often.
Packs all over the place. Bunch of small packs. Of course, the main one's going into turn 3 now, but look at that. A lot of little 1, 2, and 3 truck packs just sprinkled in all over the place.
Your leader, Gary Bergeron, right now, he's crossing the start-finish line as it sits. Andrew Schroeder has got help. They're coming through the tri-oval. He's got the 44 behind him, and then the 388 of Doug Johnson. And then you got to go further back. Here's that big pack coming through the tri-oval now. They're going to catch that second pack of Schroeder, English, and Johnson here pretty quick. But they are side by side working lap 28 of 70, Jeremy. They know they are getting close. And right there you can see all 4 of your championship drivers in the same shot at the front of this pack here. Crosby Jr., Kilday, Mann, and McCara, all in one shot.
As they got me fooled, Dustin, because they have 5 drivers in, and they put Zach Fritz as a playoff driver. And he's in a gold truck, but he doesn't wear the banner, so... Oh, I thought the 11 was going to wreck right there. Here comes a Kilday to the top, trying to run the outside. Good stuff going on right here in this pack. 3 wide, trying to Hunter Reynolds, Jimmy Reynolds. Choo-choo, here comes the Reynolds train on the top. They're trying to get it rolling. And that time going to mark 7 laps to go.
Yeah, 7 laps to go before the end of stage 1. Your leader in that second pack, so Gary Bergeron, Andrew Schroeder, Anthony English, Doug Johnson, they did come down for their pit stop in order to make it to the end. So that relinquishes the lead. This is your lead pack right now. Adam Kilday leading the way. Hunter Reynolds trying to get something done on the top side with Pops right behind him, giving the pushes. Kilday clears, moves down in front of Crosby. Now McCara commands that center lane. He's got his teammate right behind him with Zach Fritz pushing and Kenny Reel behind them. This is going to be a good battle right now as you see the 17 trying to get a little bit of air on that top side. But these 2 lanes, the low and mid, they've got it working right now, Jeremy, as they cross the line this time, working lap 30 of 70.
Just a few laps away before we get caution in the halfway mark in this race. Already going to be completed real shortly. 33 jumps to the top. Going to work with Sean here. So playoff drivers 1, 2 on the top, 1, 2 on the bottom still. Exactly where we would want them to, Dustin, to be. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 as your playoff drivers. Love to see it at the moment. Of course, when we get the stage break, things will reset a little bit. But for right now, would you want it any other way?
No, and I would expect that this is foreshadowing how the end of the race is going to be. If you want to have contention, this is where it's going to be. You've seen the 33 Crosby Jr. did take the race lead, but Kilday going to lead that lap this time by Crosby Jr. got help from Sean McCara, his FSR teammate. McCara, now they flip-flopped. Kilday getting help from McCara. Crosby Jr. getting help from Mark Mann. And your championship contenders, 2 by 2. Jeremy, we are working lap 31 of 70. We are nearing the end of stage 1.
Kenny Real trying to go 3 wide. He's going to put the 12 in the middle. There comes the Reynolds, is right behind him. And quickly he's going to jump from 4th in the middle groove now to the fastest truck on the track right now. Gets a nose, gets a door, completely cleared. And just like that, thank you, see you later, Reynolds. I'm going to go put myself at the bottom of the track. Oh, a little split up there between the 26 and the 17 as Hunter says thank you. But Kenny, what a move to go from, what, 9th place to 1st in 1 lap?
Yeah, I mean, and that's what that high side is, but you got to make it quick. That high side burns out. If you're going to make a move on the high side, you've got to time it perfectly with the drivers behind you to maximize that draft pull and that momentum. It's exactly what both Kenny Real and Hunter Reynolds did. Good pushes from Hunter Reynolds, excellent pushes from Jimmy Reynolds in the 17. Has put both of these trucks up front right now. Still, your 4 championship contenders are 2 by 2 behind Real and Hunter Reynolds.
Pretty calm right here with 3 laps to go at the line. And I heard some radio chatter about maybe there's a wreck somewhere. Couldn't tell. But it looks like we're staying green flag at this moment. Not a part of the SPAC. A little pinching there into turn 1. A couple of trucks on the inside start to move around. That was the number 11 and 33. But it looks like no contact official was made there. But more trucks on the top for the first time in a while, Dustin.
Yeah, momentum trying to build up right now for that top side as they work down that super stretch all the way down into turn 3, working lap 33 of 70 right now, Jeremy. Right now, Hunter Reynolds has that lead over the 11 of Kenny Real. He moved from the bottom up to the top side in front of the 85. Now the 85 has got to get him pushed clear if he wants a chance at taking stage 1 victory. Question is when are some of these drivers going to pull out and try that 3rd lane attempt? Again, working lap 34, conclusion of lap 35 is our stage break. Jeremy, can we go the distance in stage 1?
We sure can. We can absolutely make it. These guys are doing a fantastic job right now doing such, minus the pit road incident. We've had virtually no crashes of any kind, barely any contacts, minus your traditional draft pushing, and that's it. 2 on the top here trying to do something one last time. I don't think it's going to work. They go back to the middle. 5 on the bottom. Everybody else on the top here. Hunter gets a great launch off of turn 4. Tri-oval. And we got 1 lap left before stage caution.
1 lap to go. They will go the distance for stage 1. Hunter Reynolds controlling the outside. Big pushes from the 85. Does not have Kenny Real clear. Neck and neck are Hunter Reynolds, Kenny Real. You've got Crosby Jr., Adam Kilday, 2 championship contenders pushing those lanes. And here we have the high side coming fast. Rick Seabrans, Mr. Where did he come from? He's got James Mayer behind him pushing 3 wide going into turn 3. Do they have the momentum? Can they make it happen? Kenny Real jumps out to an excellent lead right now. He can choose lanes. He's clear for days. Elects to stay on the bottom right now. Will they have the run? Hunter Reynolds trying to get the momentum built up from the 85 of Kilday. Side by side as they work through the tri-oval. Little drift up from Kenny Real. Is it going to be enough? Hunter Reynolds will take stage 1 victory.
Caution flag flies manually by an admin for the first time tonight. Would you look at that? Halfway in this race, Dustin, no cautions due to wrecks. Fantastic stuff. Fantastic race to the end. Hunter Reynolds, we'll be talking to him shortly before the drop of the green flag for stage 2 start. As they get wound down, we're going to take our first picture-in-picture, and we'll talk to the 26, Mr. Hunter Reynolds, here soon.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy Jerky, the original booze-infused beef jerky with a pair. Now available.
And back full screen here. We got about just over a lap or so left, and we got someone to talk to. We have a 26, Mr. Hunter Reynolds, to bring into the channel here. Hunter Reynolds, this is Jeremy Dustin in our TV booth. What's up?
Dude, I'm chilling. How y'all doing?
It's just chilling, Dustin. It's chilling. It's got a nice
I'm
little
chilling.
stage win here to finish off the season, man. You guys are fast out there. You and Jimmy both hooking up quite nicely. How's that second and third lane working for both of y'all, minus the obvious?
Yeah. Well, if I can't state the obvious, then I don't know. Anyways, we were doing some scheming. Didn't really have a great pit stop. It was okay. Came out, and Dad was like, "Hey, you want to go third?" I was like, "All right, bet." And so we hopped up there, got hot, and then I was like, "Hey, yo, there's not a lot of cars right now, so we'll just back up, get a big old run." That's what we did. Old Kenny Real hopped up in front, sniffed it out, and pushed him to the front. But yeah, outside lane's fast. Third lane will roll, but only if you got temp. If you're hot and these trucks do not cool down easy tonight, then you're screwed. So yeah, basically if you can just get ahead of steam and keep it, you're good. But man, you get hot. It's a hot day out here.
Yeah, I was kind of curious. Usually we see a lot of flopping between the main two trucks up at the front, or any vehicle. Like you'll see the top go to the bottom consistently in a nice little rotation to keep the pusher cool. I'm not seeing that as much tonight. Is that just the truck and track combo? Is it the weather? Is it part of the update that they just had? What do you think is the cause of just kind of having stagnant lanes?
You know, I don't know. Because literally, Monday night we raced and it was flip-flop city, so maybe a combination of all those things, but because normally you'd wait till your pusher get hot, but now your pusher doesn't even have enough temp to get you back out in front of the other guys. So yeah, once the lanes kind of stack up, it's just the bottom lane's quicker for some reason than the outside lane. But if you get a good pusher, you can kind of make it work if you time it right with the push on the guy to the inside. But it's taking a lot more strategy to get to the front, I feel like, because of the temp. So yeah, definitely major factor tonight is who can you get behind you with a cool car, and when does it happen.
All right, man. Well, good luck to you tonight. Awesome job on the first half of this race, and we'll maybe talk to you here at the end of stage 2, aka the final lap of the race, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Been keeping it pretty clean, so we're gonna try and keep doing that and put on a good show for you.
All right, man. Good luck out there.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Hunter Reynolds on the 26. Thank you for your time. We're going to be restarting P4 with the 26. But Kenny Real, this man has not been up front too often in our races, Dustin. He comes into this thing tonight, and he has just been leading some laps and enjoying himself up here as we go back to green flag.
Yeah, now that we got stage 1 done and out of the way, now the focus on is getting to the end of this race right now. A lot of these drivers, you see him again. I mean, you got your championship contenders up there. Kildays running P1 in that outside or that mid lane. You got Mark Mann. He's your pusher on Kenny Reel on that inside. There you see the 33 of Crosby Jr. to his inside, Sean McCara. These championship drivers know what's at stake. They're putting themselves right where they need to be. Now they just got to tick off 30 more laps before they can actually have that final duke out to see which one of those 4 drivers is going to take home the chip.
Great restart here. The only restart we've had here tonight to complete lap 1. The 85 gets a great push by our stage winner, Hunter. He gets to the bottom for that rotation I just asked him about, and now he's got the fresh air. Almost past the 85 at the start-finish line. Jeff Crosby Jr. giving him a great assistance, but they get the turn 1, and look at that. The 85 all of a sudden just shot out of a cannon. Clears the 26 once more if he wants back to the top. And there's that little glimpse once more of why the inside lane might be a little bit faster than the outside.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of time. We heard it from Hunter Reynolds as far as temperatures and everything else. From what he stated, not verbatim, but if you can get a truck behind you with cool temps, that's going to be the lane that moves. So the driver that can jump from one lane to the other like this is probably going to have a really good chance. Why? Because Hunter Reynolds, he's got cool temps. He had nothing but fresh air hitting it. When the 85 moved down in front of Kenny Reel, he had cool temps. He had nothing but fresh air hitting it. So this might be the right place to be running tonight, depending on what's going on. So it's something to keep an eye on, Jeremy. Again, we've had a number of updates happen that not only affected the UI, but it changed and affected a lot of other things. For those that have iRacing, it was a pretty massive update, anywhere from 85 gig to 130 gigs. So it was good sized.
Yeah, I was on the 130 and 127.6 to be exact.
Oh.
I guess if you have most of the content on the service, that stacks it up. Especially that newest track was 3 gigs alone, Mexico. Graphic overhauls on a lot of tracks. This place is looking great. A lot of 3D textures. The new Daytona, man, I think such a beauty. And I admire that just because I'm from there. The 85 either went up high himself or got shifted by Kenny Reel, made an abrupt move on the front stretch to go outside, not inside. And now Kenny's going to make the pass, almost clears the 85 off of turn 2. Look who's at the top, Dustin mid-pack. Lo and behold, the 16 Nathan Warren once more and give it another go.
Giving it another go. He has got one driver behind him. That's going to look like the 12 of Zach Fritsch is behind him right now. But, Jeremy, these drivers are not in a good situation right now. So they're not on the lead lap. Nate Warren, Harold Rothery, Eric Laurie, Derek Donna, Dave Hunt, Zach Workman, and Robert Hooligan all fighting for the lucky dog. So we got 2 races going on right here as the 33 Crosby Jr. jumps to the high side. He's got push from his FSR teammate of Nate Warren, who is now the highest driver in that lucky dog position. So 3-wide battle for the front. Reel, Kilday, Crosby Jr.
Yeah, Crosby Jr. made it an aggressive move to the outside to block the outside momentum. They were going about 3 or 4 mile an hour faster. They had a checkup for the 33, but somehow they were able to give him a great launch. And oh, look at all the movement. Save it. Go, Schroeder. He saves it. My gosh, that was a good save. But the 16 to 12, they moved down to the middle once they figured they were cleared as a 33 at the same time. He went down to the bottom. So multiple lane shifts happening at identical times. Going to mix it up here in the top 3 or 4. Little close call by Fritsch to Nathan Warren. Jeff Crosby Jr., welcome to the lead.
Yeah, that was a close call. Slight door contact between the 12 of Fritsch, the 11 of Reel, and now that inside lane. You heard it from Hunter Reynolds. That inside lane has been proven to be a tough pillar to tumble right now. And you got Crosby Jr., Adam Kilday. Kilday jumps up to the midline in front of Nathan Warren. That's going to put Kenny Reel behind Crosby Jr. Can Nathan Warren push the 85 further forward to take that lead? He's got the cool truck. This is going to be the testing point, Jeremy. Can the 85 get ahead of the 33?
Let's see. Nathan's always been the aggressive one as far as getting lanes to move. He's doing a great job keeping it to the back bumper, and yes, Kilday is going to lead this. No, he did not by 1/1000th. I thought on the visual side Kilday had it, but I guess the scoring loop said otherwise. Crosby Jr. does lead that lap by 1/1000th. Here's a 3 wide with 3 on the top, led by Gabe Butler in the 88. Let's see how far they can advance forward.
Yeah, Gabe Butler knows how to get that lane moving, and now you got 2 more jumping up. Nate Warren, Hunter Reynolds jump up to that 3rd lane as well. We now got 3 lanes, a lot of movement, a lot of trucks in each one of them, Jeremy, so this is going to be a good race.
Yeah, we got 7 more laps, roughly 7 or 8, before we go to pit stops. And these guys just jumped up for 3 wide. They're going to take this massive 3 wide pack and file it down the single file in 7 to 8 laps. This will be fun to watch on how they try to do that. Oh, Derek Don almost making contact with Vincent Guerrero on the outside. About 10 rows deep, 33 lane choice. He chooses the middle, picks Kilday as his push partner. Kenny Rose is going to get a good push now from Mark Manor, one of our 4 playoff championship hopefuls, with the 71 also in that same predicament, as the 33 now chooses the bottom.
Yeah, now we're starting to see that lane swap there to try to keep clean air to the drivers behind. It's not so much controlling lanes as it is temperature. Again, you're not going to make friends that want to help push you to that potential championship if you keep them locked in one position and don't help them get air and they grenade that simulated motor and they have to use a fast repair. Remember, 1 fast repair for these drivers, but they do not want to use them if they do not have to. Now, Kilday, Crosby Jr. side by side, 3rd lane, still trying to get something going with the 16 up there. Now, down to 4 trucks, Jeremy. They've lost a lot as they lost a couple of the trucks that were on the back. Now it's just Nate Warren, Jimmy Reynolds, Gabe Butler up there, and Hunter Reynolds. So 4 trucks up there still trying to make something happen.
Great battle right now. Almost no contact to be found still with the 3 wide. They only have 4 on the top. They had 5 or 6 the laps prior. So as that number starts to dwindle, and as I say that, it goes quickly back to 5. 5 up top, 6 in the middle, everybody else on the bottom. We're on lap 49, 22 laps remaining. And Dustin, was it about 5 laps or so before we hit pit road?
Yeah, these drivers are going to start making their calls for when they are looking to come down. Right now, your inside lane, remember, OP rules, you can only pit from that inside lane. And as you look right now, we have a long line going down that inside. That is usually your call sign. The pit stops are coming up here real quick. That means that middle lane and high lane, all those drivers, they are stuck if that inside lane goes to pit. So, again, that's why they're trying to get out there. Oh, the 85. Man, that was a hard cut up in front of the 16 there. I don't know if it was from a little push and he rolled with it, but man, there was a lot of wobble on that 85, but he kept it going.
Gave the 12 some air to help the middle lane progress forward. Kilday doing a great job, regardless of bump or not, to get this draft on the center lane as efficient as possible. Off of turn 2 here, lap 50 underway, 21, now 20 and a half to go to the bottom. Going to cut the air off the 33 this time. So it looks like Kilday is electing as the middle groove as his favorite, but he's bouncing between top and bottom to let the others cool off.
Yeah, something that we're going to see all race long. But again, a lot of trucks lining up on the inside. Some of these trucks in that middle lane, they're looking to try to get cleared, trying to find a space on that inside to see if they can come down. You see that high lane is starting to dissipate now. Nate Warren has lost all draft help up there as they've all gone from the 3rd lane down to that 2nd lane. And now you see them starting to merge down to that bottom lane, Jeremy. Green flag pit stops are looming.
You can tell just like that. We only got 5 on the top. Everybody else single file. A very different picture than what it was 3 laps ago. 20 to go this time. If they pit now, they can still make their one more pit stop very comfortably. So at any moment, expect the drop into pit road. The window stretches to about another 3 or 4 laps. No one takes it this time around. It looks like Kilday and Crosby Jr. are going to lead this lap.
Yeah, inside lane is stacked. You have about 6 trucks on that top side. Zach Fritz still trying to get something going, trying to get clear of that inside lane with help from the 36 of Stephen Luttrell, but they got absolutely no help behind him as Harold Rothery and company. He's got 3 trucks behind him, but there's a lot of space in between those drivers. Zach Fritz still trying to get clear.
Good little battle. Here's the outside is starting to grow in a little bit. Numbers went from 5 to 6. Off the turn number 4 this time. Oh, 12 goes way out there. As up, here we go. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Watch the contact. Crosby Jr. Now, well-timed braking there for the 12. Oh, it was one truck. Misses it by a mile. Who was that, Dustin, that kicked it way out there in the grass?
Looked like it might.
Oh, there's a wreck in the. Oh, there's a wreck caution on the trial over here on the front stretch. There was, I think maybe no. Actually, there was a wreck from the 84 right here. You just caught the end of it in the beginning, and yeah, 1984 made contact, heavy barrel roll into the Derek Donna.
Everett
Lane's
Lane,
involved.
Hunter Reynolds, Gabe Butler, Jimmy Reynolds, all get a piece of that.
Looks like Zachary Workman is taking claim on this incident based off of chat.
Oh, man, Gabe Butler just missed getting left rear clipped on that one. Eric Lowry involved in it as well.
No playoff drivers, thankfully, I don't think.
No, all playoff drivers, all 4 of them came down pit road on that one. And yeah, we seen it right there, right at the bottom of your screen, right at the start. Looked like Workman went to go on the outside, and then it just drifted back down. Bumper scrubbed the 84 of Len McNeese, and then that's going to send the 84 in a bad direction that he did not want to be going. And that's going to go right over the top of the 215 of Derek Donna. He's going to do a barrel roll, and then you see everybody else behind him that gets involved. Hunter Reynolds, Butler. Watch Gabe Butler, how close this is when the 24 of Everett Lane comes back up the track and just barely misses him coming back up on the slide. Everett Lane's got it locked down. He's trying everything he can to stop it. But going this fast, Jeremy, you're along for the ride.
I want you to take a look at this close call, too. Zachary Workman, who brings up the caution. Go to his roof camera or his Oakley cockpit camera, probably his cockpit camera, and watch this. Not this original part. He hooks the 84. 84 flips over. Slow it down a little bit.
Oh, you tell me that when I
just caught it right there. I know.
You tell me to slow down when I'm in free camera.
I know. Watch how close.
Oh my goodness. Little roof contact, but my God. Talk about splitting the gap, my man. Holy moly.
I've not seen that before ever. That was wild. And easy blowovers in the trucks. That's you see that? It's a little assistance, so he got T-boned and it just fully sent him right over onto his roof. First caution, Dustin. Took 50 plus laps of continued green flag racing minus the stage break to find it. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick picture-in-picture commercial break. Be back for the drop of the green flag.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy Jerky, the original booze-infused beef jerky with a pair. Now available.
Back to full screen here, ready for green flag action once more to kick this thing up on lap 55. So it's going to be 16 laps remaining in the overall 2025 B season here for the OP ButtKicker Grand National Series. Green flag back in the air, and here we go.
Oh, they're already wrecking in the back.
And we stay green. Nope, caution. Mark. Man, one of the playoff drivers involved in this one before they get to the start finish line, Dustin. Looks like a domino checkup effect all the way through the field.
Yeah, trying to see where it took off, and oh, there was already one. So that checkup happened way up there by Gabe Butler. They were already off. Everybody checked up. Mark Mann checked up. Dave Hunt got in the back of Mark Mann. Derek Donna got in the back of Dave Hunt, and around everybody went.
Yeah, I mean, that checkup, yeah, that was like, what, up near 10th place or so, and it just, by the time I got to the 0, 4, and 53, they had a slam on the brakes, and what happened was...
Yeah, oh,
0,
right
4
there,
had a-
yeah, looked like it happened with the 999 or 1 of Gary Bergeron, checked up a little bit. 18 of Rothery had to check up. Gabe Butler had to take evasive action down to the apron not to get in the back of Harold Rothery, and then everybody checked up behind as they got the green flag, but they didn't see everything that was happening until it was too late. Some of the guys in front of them seen what happened, and yeah, just not everybody got the memo. These restarts can be treacherous, Jeremy.
Yeah, just like that. And one playoff driver involved going to get shuffled back from that. And so the 0-4's got a huge hill to climb, Mr. Mark Mann does. Because when we go back to green flag, we're going to be, what, 12 to go, roughly, somewhere in that ballpark. So we'll have to see how that works. We're going to thank one of our partners while we're doing this, iRacingIFlag.com. If you want to get a customized flag marshaling system directly attached to your desk, your sim rig, whatever you have, iRacingIFlag.com's got you. But 2 customizations, one with the base, which you can put your name and team name or logo or a number. You can do that with one color, and then you can make the base another. And then you have the unit itself, which is also encased in a 3D printed color of your choice option, and it's very cool. The nerds are on both of them all the time when we race. It's a fantastic product, and if you want all your iRacing notifications right next to you in a bright fashion, get yourself one at iRacingIFlag.com.
Absolutely, and we got 2 split. Fuel was gonna be right on the edge, especially with green-white checkers. Now with this caution coming out, we've got a split with your championship drivers. 2 elected to stay out, Crosby Jr., Adam Kilday. They're running 6th and 8th. 2 elected to come in. One is no surprise, Mark Mann, probably to check damage on that one, but the other one, Sean McCara, also come in to top off on fuel. So we know that if it goes full distance with the green-white checkers, those drivers definitely have enough to make it to the end. So again, this is where that strategy comes into play.
Yeah, this will be fun now. What do we think? Let's recap the top 4. Where are they at currently in the grid? You would think they'd be up at the front, but not after this last little cycle here. Jeff Crosby, P6, Adam Kilday, 8th, Anthony English, 10th,
English isn't in the playoffs.
He's not. He hasn't marked as a playoff driver. I just
So
went ahead and
Jeff
just read all
Crosby
the P
Jr.
names.
Yep, Jeff Crosby Jr. is your highest playoff driver in 6th place. Adam Kilday is in 8th place. Sean McCara 13th. Mark Mann 15th. That is where your 4 playoff drivers are currently running. Your championship 4. With just a handful of laps left, Jeremy. This is where it's going to get dicey. This is where it's going to get interesting. This is where it's going to get exciting.
Dustin decided I needed a crutch because I added that 5th name in there. I'm just, I'm trying to be like Jeff Gordon, just trying to put entries in where I can. You know how that works in NASCAR.
Oh, throwing it back to NASCAR of yesteryear. I love it.
There you go. That's what happens. So we got a lot more takers on that final lap here before we go back to green flag. Can't be by field because we definitely can make it unless you're thinking multiple green white checkers at this point, but only 2 cautions due to wrecks. So maybe this time we'll get the rest of it back to solid racing here. Top 4: Everett Lane, Douglas Johnson, Hunter Reynolds, and Jimmy Reynolds. So Everett Lane for the first time tonight, he's gonna be leading this race.
Yeah, it's again, he puts himself in contention. There's the top 5 that Jeremy just mentioned: Johnson, Lane, Reynolds. So that's Hunter, then Jimmy, and Stephen Luttrell. Much calmer race for what is on the line, Jeremy. Much calmer race than last week. Last week we seen drivers making a lot of moves, non-playoff drivers that affected those that were going to get into the championship for this week. It's a lot different of an atmosphere right now. Been a lot of give and take. I mean, we went 50 laps before the first caution flag ever flew. So I do not expect that for the remaining handful of laps, Jeremy. I expect that 3 wide. Expect those aggressive bumps. I feel it's coming.
Yeah, we'll see things happen kind of quick, especially in the back, to get formed up and rolling to get to the front. Use that 3 wide until the trucks heat up, and then figure it out from there. 22 on the lead lap. Everybody else is 1 lap down or more. And here we go. This could be potentially the final restart of the season. Who's going to bring home the trophy? You got some guys who are just looking to get a win in general up front, having some fun, maybe some teamwork. We've seen it quite a few times. Team options can play a huge factor in these kind of races. Keep an eye on that. Pace truck down. Got to go through this whole tri-oval to find the restart zone, which is posted underneath the double yellow line. And will be 11 laps to go. 3, 2, 1. Green flag. This thing is back underway.
Back underway. Doug Johnson leading the way. Excellent restart on that top side. Everett Lane gets a good momentum boost, which is great because that inside lane is going to have the momentum through 1 and 2. Why that midline goes through the gears, but watch that second lane really start building momentum coming off of turn 2. Does Hunter Reynolds stay low behind Doug Johnson? Does he move up in front of Everett Lane? Down the backstretch, midline starting to build that momentum as they're going down. Couple trucks to the outside there. Vicente Guerrero, Zachary Workman up there. But so far, that inside lane is holding that momentum, Jeremy.
It's doing good on this opening lap. Turn 3 and 4 completed. 2 trucks by themselves on the bottom momentarily. The 24 gets back to the door of the 26. Mr. Hunter Reynolds, our stage winner, trying to put himself in a great spot to win this race as well. 10 laps to go here into turn number 1. 3 wide. Here comes the 14, Vicente Guerrero. He's by himself now with 2 others right behind him. That's the number 11 of Kenny Reel, and the guy who just got wrecked, the 04 Mark Mann.
Yeah, Mark Mann knows he has got to start making some moves to the top side. Oh, the 85 tries to go 4 wide down the backstretch. There's the 85, tried to move up. Was a little late doing it. Still 4 wide as we go off into turn 3. Now Vicente Guerrero has got to back down to 3 wide. That was a very sketchy situation, but the drivers did an excellent job. Now, your front 2 lines, nose to tail. One driver, Jimmy Reynolds, taken to that outside right now on that 3rd lane. Does he have the help? Sean McCara, playoff driver, championship contender has to make moves, jumps to the third lane here, but he's going to try to split Vicente in the 11. Contact made. Jimmy Reynolds into the wall. He holds on to it. Whoa, Jeremy, I told you, sparks and fireworks were going to fly.
Here they go. They're flying on lap 62. Thank you, Jimmy, for keeping up against that wall, not causing a caution. 3 wide still continues down the backstretch here on lap 62. 8.5 laps remaining. And a little movement there on the third lane as the 26 gets side by side with your race leader. In the 388, Mr. Johnson gets a nose advantage here. The 85 Kilday, who was just part of that 4 wide a couple laps ago, he's trying to lead the charge and get himself to the front as the 33 makes that move to the outside with him. Oh, there we go, 4 wide.
4 wide again. Third time we've seen 4 wide, and those are championship contenders. That puts Kilday, your highest championship runner right now, in contention to take the chip. Contact. McCara, how did he save that?
There's no way he
Oh,
did. Oh,
and then he got collected. But, man, that initial playoff chances just dwindled down. I'm not going to say over, but with minimal laps. Still has a fast repair, but he is on his side. And there you go. He was going to have to use a fast repair. Teammate Zachary Workman helps him onto his wheels. Oh, Jeremy, this just got crazy.
I thought I saved it like you did for a moment, and I was like, there's literally no way. And then let's see what happened on the second touch, which sent him back to the outside wall. Or it was just a matter of an overcorrection. It was 4 wide for the race lead. Stupid amount of craziness going on. Here's the contact into the inside left rear with Gary Bergeron. He saves it, kicks him sideways. Now this is where we thought he saved it. Boom, everything was good. And, there's a second
he
wreck.
did save
Checking
it.
up for this
Yeah,
one.
he had that completely saved, but it looked like a check up there. It's oh man.
Tino Workman.
Yeah, so Workman was checking up because he seen the contact, but it looks like Workman got a bump from the 48 of Schroeder there as he was checking up right there, and it sent Workman down into the 04 mark. Man, another playoff championship contender, and sent Workman straight up into McCara. So McCara had that saved. Excellent wheelmanship to have that thing saved, and then he just got blindsided.
That was pretty impressive. 45-degree angle from the 71. Stabs the brakes a little bit, and then just anti-physics. Goes the 71 sliding all the way down to the apron while not rolling. Just kept it on the door panel. And we're back to another caution, Dustin. This is what happens into these things, is high stakes, 4 wide, and that equals damaged race trucks. We're going to take another quick commercial break just because we got to restack them again. Get some damage repaired, so we'll be right back.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy Jerky, the original booze-infused beef jerky with a pair. Now available.
All right, here we go. We got them all stacked back up. Half a lap left before we go back to green flag. Resuming on 67, so it'll be 4 laps remaining in the 2025 B season. As it sits right now, Adam Kilday 4th, Jeff Crosby Jr. 6th. You have to go all the way to the 14th. You'll find Mr. Mark Mann. And then back all the way down once more to 21st to find Sean McCara, who was just a part of that wreck. He's got that fast, as Dustin already said before. 21st to 1st, or at least the highest playoff driver, is still very plausible. Wrecks can happen anywhere. We saw 4 wide for the race lead, so one little stir up can bring 21st place up to the front, no problem. We'll see how this unfolds. Pace truck down. 24, 26 leading the way. This is going to get very, very interesting. I saw a lot of Mark Mann votes early in the chats. He's got a little work to do. He made some good progress there before that caution. Restart zone, green flag. This thing is back underway, 4 laps to go.
4 laps to go. Everett Lane leads this restart. Big run from the 26 as he's got big pushes from the 85 of Adam Kilday on that high side. Low lane, expect them to surge forward through 1 and 2 as they work through the gears. They're all well into 4th gears. Oh, we got a little blinky there from Doug Johnson. Not what playoff drivers want to see with 4 laps to go, Jeremy.
That's your worst enemy right there. Get them off the track if we see more blinkies. But thankfully, that's been a rare sight here tonight, as we're one day after a freshly installed new build. So expect the unexpected, but at this time, I've seen some very clean server. Oh, well, here we go. Not so clean on the racetrack, because we got yet another caution here. 4 to go, 3 to go at the line. And this is going to be contact as the 9 slides up the track in front of the 04 for a block on the outside to try to get the speed, but he got tagged offset, crosses over Gary Bergeron's nose, and caution is out.
Yeah, that high line was coming fast. Mark Mann, James Mayer were moving on the high side. The 9 just not up to pace on that one there. They couldn't go low. They had trucks low. And again, Jeremy, we've been in that situation. When you're in Mark Mann's position there, the amount that he was going to have to check up, it was going to more than likely lead to a caution that way too, because James Mayer and the trucks behind him were not going to be able to check up in enough time. So, I mean, just the delta split difference there, 9 goes around, and that brings out our caution, Jeremy. This is, again, going to be our first green-white checkered attempt here for the championship race, sponsored by Vicente Guerrero himself. Here at Talladega. So this is going to shake, rattle, and roll some stuff up. Adam Kilday, championship contender right now, is leading. He's going to have Hunter Reynolds, who is inside or outside, depending on the lane he chooses. But if he chooses inside, he's going to have Crosby Jr., which if I was a championship contender, that's who I would want to lock behind me at that point in time. Lock him behind you in that inside row. There's going to be strategies played here. But those are your two highest championship runners. Mark Mann has worked his way up into the top 10, running P8 right now. And Sean McCara has worked his way from 21st up to P15. So like you talked about, Jeremy, it's not out of the question. It's entirely doable. If the wrecks fall the way that you do, if you choose your lanes and you get the runs right, it's entirely doable. So each one of these playoff drivers still has a chance as long as we are still racing and have not seen that checkered flag.
Yeah, just to emphasize, 8 positions in 1 lap goes Sean McCara. It's not done until it's done. This could happen, but when you have 2 of your 4 playoff drivers sitting in the top 3, your task is very tall, and you gotta hope on a prayer that you can find the right lane, find the right pusher to get anything going. But the way the 85's been up front and the 33's been up front, this can be a very tough task to get around one of these 2 drivers. Mark Mann's kind of sitting pretty, though, being in that 8th place. Can capitalize easy. He has lane choice. He can maybe make a bold move and get some quick positions like the 85 or 33 could not, where they're going to be mirror driving a lot, because when they go back to green flag, you're going to throw out the water and oil temps dust, and you can't overcook them in 2 laps. So they're just going to full send it, and a lot of mirror driving is going to be happening.
Absolutely. And yes, Mr. Roberts, there is saving of gas. Your 2 championship contenders up front, Kilday and Crosby, did not pit when Mark Mann and Sean McCara both pitted. So they're trying to conserve that gas, because we are under our first of 2 green-white checkered attempts. And even though you don't burn as much gas under pace laps, you still do burn it. So fuel conservation definitely at work right now.
Yeah, that's a good talking point. Last pit on that 54, right? So that's going to be close to 20 laps ago. When we go back to green flag, it'll be about 18 or such, which they've seen the maximum green flag run happen at 14 laps, 14 or 15. So by that means they're already extending, but also we've had a ton of caution laps. So yeah, this might be something to keep an eye on. You would think if their racing UI would say, hey, you're going to be short, they would have pit. So they got to be hoping something's there. But at the same time, if you're not running an iFlag unit, Dustin, iRacing iFlag unit, you only get what you're currently doing and not what the race average is. So right now it's probably telling them they have like 6 laps when they really have maybe 2.
Yeah.
So it's hard to actually judge until they get back to full speed.
Yeah, but it's not the first time that either of those drivers have been in this situation. That's one thing that sim drivers, we have to do over real-life drivers all the time. We are making calculations and adjustments in that car on the fly. We're calculating the stuff up. We're saving where we need to. Yeah, that's like real-life drivers, but real-life NASCAR drivers and truck drivers, they don't have to do the fuel calculations. They got people on the pit box that are back there with their quack-imitators sitting here and doing everything up, seeing how much fuel was left in to figure out how much was actually dumped into the truck or the car that they're racing. And the driver doesn't have to worry about that. They just come in when when they're told to come in to make sure that they have enough fuel. So it's a stressful point. There's a lot more riding on psychologically and mentally when it comes to sim racing that real-life drivers don't have to. Granted, we don't go through the G-forces. We don't go through the hard crash impacts. We don't go through the hot temperatures inside the cockpits of these vehicles or anything else, but we go through our own struggles.
Yeah. You don't say.
I try not to.
No. You don't like those at all, but you got to do it from time to time. It's just part of what we call life here. Is off of turn 4 here. We're going to be going back to green flag lap 71. So this will be open this restart up on the first overtime lap of the race.
Kilday elects the top side with Everett Lane behind him.
It's actually kind of a bold choice. I say that because the insides had the advantage through the first half a lap to maybe 3/4 of a lap on most of these starts up to this point. So maybe Jeff can sneak something through here. We're going to find out if this is the right call. Green flag is out. Hunter gets a great start. He's not going to let the 85 clear. So then, here we go, already 3 wide into turn number 1. Side-by-side race leader. Yeah, I think this might have been a bad call by Mr. Kilday.
Yeah, only time will tell. Like I said, I mean, you have to make calls. You have to get risky with it. I would have elected to start in front of the 33. He's going to be hungry for the three-peat. Somebody else that's hungry is Mark Mann right now. 2 laps to go, Jeremy, and he's got that third lane rolling. Sean McCara also back there getting ready to break that top 10.
Mark Mann, here we go. Can he take the outside and make some moves with it? Crosby Jr. side by side with the 85. This is 4 points, but Mark Mann, he might sneak this thing free. As here we go. We're going to get the white flag, 1 to go, presented by absolutely nobody. This is it. Final lap of the season. Who's going to bring it home?
Who's going to bring it home? Championship on the line. Hunter Reynolds leads the way. 3 championship contenders side by side. Crosby Jr., Kilday, Mann in the lane. Who is going to eke out the other 2 and claim the chip? Right now, Mark Mann has got nobody in front of him. Kilday has got nobody in front of him. Crosby Jr. has got the 26 there. All the way down the backstretch, nose to nose as they work their way through 3 and 4. This is it, Jeremy. One last set of turns. Mark Mann in the third line is starting to die down. Kilday, Crosby Jr., nose to nose. Oh, contact made there. That's going to shuffle it up. Now, 33 on the inside. 85 trying to get the run. Who's going to have it at the line? 33, Jeff Crosby Jr. Welcome. Oh, my goodness. At the line, Mark Mann got it. Holy moly. What a run on the high side. Welcome, Season 15 champion, Mark Mann.
And the top 3 is your playoff contenders. I thought Mark was out of it in turn 4. There was no way he was going to make it back, sitting 5th place on exit. But we got to watch him and the 85 of Mayer just put in some great work to get him back to the front. What an epic finish to close out this season.
Holy Jesus. That was completely crazy. So here is the event that took place. Crosby Jr. on the inside. It looked like he was sealed. I mean, they had a good lead, but look at James Mayer giving the business to Mark Mann, getting the side draft. They worked their way through the tri-oval here, and look at this run on the top side. Little wobble from the 33 might have cost him that championship. Nice and smooth on that top side, and at the line, barely. Right there, your championship winner, Mark Mann. 3 championship contenders finished 1, 2, 3. What a race.
And what a good move by Crosby Jr. to recognize where the bad bumps can be had. He gave an intentional offset bump to the 26 on the bottom to shift him up the track. That's initially why the 85 and the 26 moved up, and they allowed Crosby Jr. a spot on the bottom with fresh air to maybe close this thing out. But Mark Mann and James Mayer just said, nope, we're not done yet. As this man, was it 6 wins this season in this Wednesday series? Just absolutely on a tear. And started it strong, ends it strong, brings home the trophy. Job well done.
Absolutely. And yes, Ginger Parent, that, boys and girls, is how you finish a race. What better way to close out Season 15 than 3 of your 4 championship contenders? And Sean McCara, excellent rebound as your 4th contender. Restarted 2 restarts ago. P21 finished in top 10. He was making moves. He was doing everything he could, but what a way to finish it out. P1, Mark Mann is your champion. Playoff contender. Crosby Jr., P2, playoff contender. And Adam Kilday, P3, playoff contender. What a finish.
We still got to go over the unofficial results for the final time here, man. That was, I'd like to see the celebration continue, but it might be short on field. Who knows? But here we go. Unofficial results. Mark Mann, Jeff Crosby Jr., Adam Kilday. We'll be talking to them. James Mayer 4th, Everett Lane. In P5, 6th, Anthony English. 7th, Hunter Reynolds. 8th, Douglas Johnson. 9th is Sanchez. And the last playoff driver, Sean McCarroll, does round out in the top 10. 11th through 20th is Vicente Guerrero, Zach Fritsch, Gary Bergeron, Jimmy Reynolds, Stephen Luttrell in 15th. Len McNeese, Gabe Butler, Andrew Schroeder, Rick Seabrands, and Kenny Reel ends up in 20th after a great run from truck number 11. 21st on back is Dana Shepard, Harold Rothery, Nathan Warren, Dwayne Corbett, Zachary Workman, Dave Hunt, Eric Lowry, Derek Donna, Robert Hooligan, and Gene Watkinson, who technically was an entry but did not start tonight's race. So 29 down, and we got 3 just left to talk to. Dustin, give a little final thought here before we start talking to our top 3 as I can grab them and put them in the channel.
I mean, it's what more can you say? I mean, these drivers put on a hell of a show tonight. Absolute burner tonight. I mean, first caution didn't happen until lap 50. A lot of give and take, but yet a lot of racing action. And what a finish, Jeremy. I mean, 3 wide for the checkered flag. And the way it was looking, was not expecting that run from Mark Mann on that high side. It looked like it was all Crosby Jr. I was getting ready to welcome Mr. Three-Peat. And then out of the corner of the frame, the run that Mark Mann had from help from the 95 of James Mayer. Holy shit, man. That was an excellent way to round out season 15.
Yeah, couldn't have asked anything better. That was beautiful. All right, I got them together, Dustin. You know what that means. Post-race show presented by Victory Fuel, live and underway. We get to hear some emotion on these guys' voices. Here comes Adam Kilday, driver of the day, 85, 3rd place. What a great finish, man. I know it's not what you wanted, but what a hell of an event.
Yeah. Oh shoot. I thought I had it in the bag coming out of 4. We had the 24 of Everett Lane behind us, and he was committed to helping us out. But yeah, it just came down to I don't know. There's a bottom lead car got a little loose, came up a bit. Initially, from my perspective, I thought what do you call it? He was moving up to maybe block. He wasn't clear, but after just watching the replay, it was just, yeah, he got moved up a bit, and I had no choice but to probably go third around him and clear back down in front. Maybe we get another surge back to the line, but due to all that disorganization, it was the top lane just was real organized coming out of 4, and they had a nice surge coming back to the line. So really, for initially 200 feet before the line, I thought Junior was going to have it, and I saw Mark flying around up at the top, and I was like, awesome. Freaking, at least, freaking one of the teammates of Vendetta / Alliance. I got to talk to those guys to see what team name they truly want to go with, but yeah, one of us came out with the win, so that's a huge congrats to Mark Mann. And this race, I probably gave it all I could. I would say the least, to maybe tick Wednesdays off the championship night. One night I haven't won yet, but it's not going to happen this season. So we'll see what happens moving forward. What I'm going to do, but yeah, I enjoyed the season for the most part.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And then the first half of this race, man, caution free. First time I've seen that in quite a bit. Drivers kind of maintained themselves a little bit while still having a little 3 wide, and then that one occasion 4 wide moment. How was the 4 wide? A little bit ago, right before that big wreck, there was a good amount of 4 wide. How does the trucks feel in these newer aero packages to go 4 wide? Because I personally have not experienced that yet.
I was surprised. I got put 4 wide in the 3rd lane, and somehow the truck drove straight in that scenario and got into another four wide scenario where I was on the top side, and that held straight. So it's like, I guess you just try to focus on riding the proper lane when you're four wide and try to pinch the guy below you as much as you can while holding a straight car. You could do four wide all around this racetrack all day in iRacing. Um, but yeah, the trucks are probably the better, definitely the better car to do four wide in at Dega, I would say. But yeah, it didn't handle too bad. If anything, the freaking tires were worn out a bit on the right side because I don't think I took rights all race, but that's besides the case. So we got a podium in this race, so we'll take it.
Yeah, man, absolutely phenomenal race all night long. Epic finish at the end between 3 playoff drivers to finish 1, 2, 3. That's kind of awesome to see, and had to close it down somehow. And that was probably the best way to do it. I know you wanted that first place, but to be a part of a great finish like that, it's awesome to see. Any final thoughts, any shout outs you'd like to give before we close this thing out?
Yeah, I mean, we'll do a shout out to the freaking team that showed up tonight for Wednesdays. Uh, Super cool, and I have some of those guys will try whatever they can to work with you on other nights and help you out and get you wins. I will say it's definitely an honor to be racing Mark Mann drag race for a freaking championship win. When I first joined OP, I would always see that dude on Saturday, up towards the end of the races, always up front, competing for wins and stuff. And that was back when I was running on my own and doing my own thing. But I always wondered how Mark Mann did it, but he's just a beast at the super speedway stuff. So yeah, definitely an honor to be drag racing Mark Mann to the championship W here. He came out with it, so congrats to him again. Congrats to the other playoff drivers. Jeff Jr. had a good run, and McCara. Huge shout out to McCara too for doing making this Final Four. Awesome seeing him in one of these, most definitely. And shout out to the admins. I know Zach Frisch does a lot of stuff on Wednesday nights, so he's got a lot of stuff going on with his personal work life and schedule, and he tries what he can to squeeze in time to keep Wednesdays rolling and organized and all that stuff. So I appreciate that out of him and anyone else who chips in on Wednesday nights as well. So I thank those guys for their time. And yeah, definitely. Last thing, and shout out to Nerditudes on YouTube too. So yeah, appreciate your guys' time in the booth and commentaries and all that. So that's greatly appreciated.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for being a part of this season. It was a blast, and good luck next season, dude. I know you're trying to get that first Wednesday so close tonight. Maybe next season will be it. But until then, you have a good rest of your night, sir.
I will do you too.
Thank you. That was Adam Kilday, driver the number 85. You can tell he wanted it so badly, Dustin.
I know that feeling. I know that feeling.
Yeah, the heart sinks, what? It took a couple feet. You just, it's hard to interview right after that, but it's kind of cool in our perspective. We get to talk to the guys who just lost it by a mere hundredths of a second, and then the guy we're going to interview now lost it by 19 one-thousandths of a second. The number 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Jeff, what a race. You are 19 one-thousandth seconds of away to getting a three-peat, man. What an epic finish, though. That was an awesome stuff to watch tonight.
Yeah, it was fun. Glad I was able to be there at the end to have a position to win it. Definitely thought coming in the tribal had it there. Yeah, Mark just got a ridiculous run, and it's crazy. It's crazy being that close, and sucks, but we'll take a P2. It's pretty cool still.
Absolutely. Mr. Dustin, you have anything for Mr. Jeff Crosby Jr.?
Yeah, so you weren't the only one, Jeff, that thought coming through the trial while you had it. You go back and watch this again. You're going to sit here and hear me start to congratulate Mr. Three-Peat, and then out of the corner of it, I seen that Highline run. Were you expecting that third lane? I mean, we had seen it throughout the race. You know, drivers had gotten it organized enough to get that run. Were you expecting it to be that organized and come in clutch like that, just mere feet from the line the way that it did?
No, honestly, I was looking at the replay and I thought Mark was gonna get turned into Kilday there because it looked like him and it looks like Everett. They kind of like their trucks were combined together, and I thought Netcode was going to take over, but never did. And yeah, I mean that third line came quick. I mean we were all getting loose and everything, and I don't know what happened to the inside line. We just I don't know who all was pushing back behind Anthony and everything, but just couldn't get going there on the final turn 3 and 4 in Tribal. But yeah, that third line, if you got a long line, it's a freight train. It's gonna come quick.
Yeah, now, and Jeremy and I were both kind of scratching our heads. I mean, it's easy for us to do up here as commentators, and you know, we partake and get in and race with you guys on the OP side from time to time. But that last restart when Kilday elected to go high, I know him and Everett Lane were working together. My bet and my safe bet was if I was in Kilday's spot, I was going to be starting on that low line. Low line had typically been a little stronger, especially on the restarts and on a short stint like that. And to be in front of you to make sure that blocked you, because I know that you were hungry. What was your mindset when you seen Kilday go up to that top side, knowing that he wasn't going to be blocking you on that inside?
Yeah, big opportunity. I was gonna stay on Hunter's butt and hopefully get a strong push there on the backstretch, and I was able to get him clear. I was able to get Hunter clear in front of Adam, and I literally had a car length or half or 2 car lengths back to Anthony, so I'm not really sure what the issue was there, but definitely thought once I got him clear, I was going to be set with whoever was behind me, and it just never worked out. But seeing him choose that outside, I definitely felt more confident. But these trucks are crazy. I mean, you never know. I mean, the third line won it, basically, or the fourth line basically won it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I felt the same way. If I was in a position to race you for a championship, I'd much rather have you behind me if I was ever in that position. But like I said, stranger things have happened. It's crazy the way that it worked out. But man, you gave it a hell of an effort. Trying to go for that three-peat, put yourself in position, got some wins this season. I know you'll be back at it again, man. Super happy to see the finish 3 wide for 3 championship contenders. What better way to wrap the season out? But nothing to hang your head low on, my man. That was a damn good season. And I know that I'm proud of all 4 of you championship drivers because talking from somebody who's been in that position, it's not an easy feat even to make it to this point. So awesome job. All season long, but floor is yours, my man. Anybody you want to say thanks to? Any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, give a shout out to you guys up in the booth. You guys are awesome up there. I'm really excited to go back and look at the race tomorrow. Just to see what all was said, all the moves that were made is going to be pretty cool to see, especially the finish. It was pretty cool. Give a shout out to all the 3. Mark, congratulations to winning. Adam, and Sean, I think we all finished top 10, which is pretty cool.
You did.
Sweet. That's awesome, especially for Sean, first Final Four appearance, and he was up front majority of the night, and it was pretty cool watching him maneuver and trying to get back up front. So, give a shout out to everybody in our channel this season. Everybody watching back at home, appreciate you. Appreciate the wife for letting me do this still, and oh man, it stinks going like that, but you know. Hey, P2, I think we'll see what we can do next season, you know? Run it back.
There you go, man. That's go 3 for 4, right? So you always got that. And congratulations on the season, man. Excellent job. Have a good rest of your night.
Thanks, guys. Looking forward to talking to you guys again.
Absolutely. All right, that was Jeff Crosby Jr. Dustin, you know, got one more scene left. We reserve a 4th driver slot if we have to, but you know, we don't have to do that tonight as we kick over the victory lane scene, not only for the race, but for it all. The guy who wins the most races in this season starts it off strong, mid-season lull. Welcome
Unbelievable.
back, Mark Man. Congratulations
Unbelievable.
on the race and the trophy.
Oh, all I could do is laugh about that one. Oh my gosh. I pretty much thought I was toast tonight. Nothing went my way. And at the in the end, Jim and I going into turn 3, we got side sucked back. So I mean, I was a couple car lengths off, and I started daydreaming about work tomorrow. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna win this. So what do I got to do when I get to work tomorrow? And then all of a sudden, Jim came back, and it was like a freight train. And when I was crossing the line and saw that I won, I was just laughing, because there was no way I should have won this. I didn't deserve to win this tonight. I know I won some races this season, but I felt like the majority of them were really lucky. And yeah, I was just able to pull it off. I had teammates behind me, Richard Sanchez, and Rick Seabrands came out, Andrew Schroeder, and had Adam and Anthony, and everybody was pushing hard. Crosby was battling. This was great.
Okay.
Mark, we only had a couple of drivers with 2 wins, and you have 6. What do you mean?
Yeah, well, first off, what do you mean you didn't earn this championship, my man? You earned everything that you had this season, just like all 4 championship contenders. But did I hear you right? You won this race and championship daydreaming about work?
Going into turn 3, I was daydreaming about work. That is the truth. I've been answering emails all day on my phone, and as soon as I saw Jim get the run, then it was pure focus again, and then I was just laughing at the end. I was pretty much dumbfounded. I didn't feel like I might have won some races this season, but you guys witnessed me just getting super lucky, seas parting, getting a couple wins when I pretty much shouldn't have.
That's half a super speedway racing, my man.
Yes, it is. It is. With this group, it tends to be, we get some cautions and we get some wrecks, but for the most part, nobody races, as hard and as clean as we do at times. I'll say at times, a disclaimer, but I don't know. There was a lot better drivers than me who deserved to win this, but they didn't. I'll take it. My 3rd championship on Wednesdays. I'm super stoked. Not going to be able to get to sleep for a while because I'll end up watching the broadcast, and I'll be super tired tomorrow at work.
How much do you have to thank Mr. Jim or James? I guess he goes by Jim with you, but how much do you owe this man? Because after turn 4, you had a great run on the backstretch. You get to 3 and 4, and you guys fade away. You went 5th, 6th place, and we're like, okay, well, I guess it's the bottom 2 or 3 lanes. And then at the line, you were 7 miles an hour faster than Jeff Crosby Jr. Just blew the doors off.
That's because Jim was so far up his ass end that Jim probably could have smelled how lean he was running his fuel mixture.
Oh my gosh. Jim is a beast racing. I know you guys have been broadcasting on Wednesdays, but if you watch Jim, and some of you guys have raced with Jim, what am I talking about? Jim is a beast on the track. He doesn't get to race a whole lot. He's got a young family and he's got a very demanding job. But when he does come out here, his winning percentages are very high. And I've known Jim for probably 6 years and been racing with him for that long. And he's just a great driver. And, I've wrecked Jim so many times and I owe him so much. And now I'm going to owe him even more. I'm going to be indebted. But Richard Sanchez as well. I know he was behind Jim there working his butt off, and I appreciate that. I owe Rick as well, and yeah, we were flying, dude. I'm on cloud 9 right now. People don't realize, when you invest into a season and you dedicate to be here, week in and week out at the same time, you cut certain things out of your life to do it, and at the end you come out with a championship. It's meaningful, and you want to be recognized by your peers. I've been called washed, I've been called mid over here, and some of it true. I've laid a lot of stinkers lately and haven't put forth as much effort as I should, but it's good to kind of shut them up a little bit.
Absolutely, my man. I have a question though. I asked Crosby this. I asked him if he thought, because we've seen that 3rd lane come in throughout the race if it was timed right. Obviously, it looked like you were not the only one that thought that you were out. When you go back and watch the broadcast, you're actually going through the tri-oval, look like Crosby Jr. had it. I was about ready to sit here and call him Mr. Three-Peat, and out of the corner of the frame, I seen you coming in and that whole high line coming. And then all of a sudden I stopped what I was saying and I'm like, there's a chance it's going to be close. And it was down to the line. Did you ever expect that high line to come in clutch like that the way that it did?
Well, no, but I never doubt Jim being as a pusher. I don't ever doubt him because he's just that good. But when we didn't have that run there and coming out of the travel, no, I didn't think I had it until right at the end. I kind of had to look around at the relative in the standings to know that I had it. Jeff Crosby, man, he's the king of Wednesdays. I might have won this championship, but I've never won a back-to-back. I got 3 Wednesday championships. Proud of that. Never won a back-to-back, I don't think. I don't remember. But Crosby has almost twice. So, he's just as deserving. And, I mean, Adam Kilday's our reigning Monday champion. That guy's a beast, man, on the track. And Sean McCarroll's deserving to have a look at it, too. That was some of the most exciting last lap racing I've ever been a part of, and I've been racing for a long time. If you look at the stats, I probably am creeping up on 700 OP starts.
Yeah, I couldn't say it better myself. It was an awesome race. I mean, over 50 laps before the first yellow, a lot of give and take. A lot of raciness, though, at the same time. Excellent finish. 3 of your contenders. And it was it was great to see McCarra in the championship 4. Well-deserved. Ran a good season. And great rebound after that wreck, too. He had an excellent save. And then got blindsided. Restarted 21st. Still came back to finish top 10. So it was an awesome race all around, man. But congratulations on your championship. You may not think it's well-deserved. Us up here in the booth, you 4 were well-deserving of a championship, whoever was the one that actually took it. It just happened to be you. So congratulations again, but it's your time to shine, man. It's your time to give thanks and give shout-outs, man. Floor is yours.
Well, thanks to you guys, first and foremost, because your broadcast has been phenomenal throughout these Wednesdays, and I hope you come back, honestly. You guys have been great. So thank you guys. And Zach Fritch and all the admins on Wednesday, and Jimmy and Anthony, everybody does everything behind the scenes. And of course, I got to thank James Mayer and Rick Sanchez for pushing me to this championship. I'm indebted to them. And thanks to Jeff Crosby and Adam being a great teammate, and Sean McCarra being over here, and Mara, my support, who watches all my races. Appreciate it, and everybody watching at home. And and in light of today's events across in our country today, for anyone who's affected by what happened today, it affected a lot of people. It's good to have some personal joy out of today, because everybody was affected in some way. So, and tomorrow being 9/11, the anniversary, I live in upstate New York, so everybody knows somebody who knows somebody. So those events 24 years ago, when I was like in my early 20s, gonna feel like it was yesterday again. But so it's good to get a little bit of joy out of today. And I'm super stoked, man. Super happy. And thanks again, guys. I'm laughing my way to the bank, baby.
Man, congrats on us.
Thanks, bro.
Phenomenal season. Way to close it out. Great 3-wide, 4-wide finish, whatever you want to call that at the line. 19 1,000ths of a second. Belongs to you, man. Have a good rest of your night, and congrats once more.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Woohoo!
Yes, sir. Go celebrate. All right, that was Mark Main. 6 wins, Dustin. Just cleaning house. He won't admit to it, but how can you not say that? The next person down that driver or the winnings list is 2, which happens to be Zachary Workman, and that's it. Everybody else has 1 win, and this guy has 6. He owned this whole season.
Yeah, it's he may not feel that he's deserving, but it's because of the level of competitors that were in the championship 4. I mean, hats off to all 4 of those drivers. I mean, we stated it before, Jeremy. We've been in that situation too. To make it that far is an accomplishment in its own, and even in times of Crosby Jr. finishing second, just missing the championship, I've been there too. I know it's tough, but when you do it in the fashion that these drivers did it, and they put on just a fantastic, badass show, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, 100%. Well, Mark Mann did touch on the fact that he hopes that we are going to be returning next season. Unfortunately, that is not the case. We're going to close this broadcast out, and this will be our last OP ButtKicker broadcast for the foreseeable future. It doesn't mean that we're not open for deals down the road to help out. So that door's not closed, but at this time, we're going to be shutting down the Wednesday side of things. We're going to be live on Sundays and Thursdays from this point forward, and including 2026. So appreciate everyone for joining in and watching our broadcast each week in and week out.
Yeah, it's
very worthwhile.
It has been. It has been. Like I said, it's Jeremy and I. Obviously, you guys know we're the ones that do everything with Nerd TV, and we both have families as well. So it's been kind of hard to juggle everything that has been going on. So not saying that we're out of OP broadcasting and bringing you guys some amazing races that these guys put on, but we have to try to stagger and have to work family in there. Family is the most important thing. So Jeremy's got 2 young kiddos. I've got 4 myself. So for, like Jeremy said, you put it the best way, man. For right now, it's we're not going to be able to return next season, but don't count us out yet.
Yeah, 2026 might be a change up, and we might be back. Who knows? So take that little bit of time off on Wednesdays and do what we got to do. But until then, you guys, we're going to close this thing out. And as always, stay safe. Get your nerd on. Dustin, last time, what you got for him?
As always, it's not goodbye. It's just till next time. You guys stay nerdy out there. Thank you guys for joining in and for everything you guys have added. Much love. Stay nerdy.
Back when nothing truly mattered and we hadn't had a clue, we fell in to play the game. Nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter, there were times when there was joy, but they took it.